bro, this saga.
The saga continues.
Bro, the
you know what, man?
saga continues.
And can I just say, like, I fucking we forgot all about this because we were covering it, but with everything we had going on in New York, this just totally escaped my brain.
Yeah,
I know we were covering it when we had the studio, but it's just I didn't know. So he came on finally. I remember because we were. This is when we. This was the night we did like the triple header of shows.
Yeah,
and Zach pulled this up, and I heard 2 seconds of it start playing, and then he quickly hit pause, and I'm like, "Did he go on? Did he go on? Did he go on?" And Zach's like, "Yeah, he went on." I'm like,
So he went on TigerBelly, which is Bobby Lee's podcast. Bredan Schaub did. And I want to thank Ladpole on Twitter because he went through the whole thing and timestamped. So I got timestamped, so we don't even have to.
Or Schaub probably calls it TigerBelly.
Yes, fair enough.
I was on TigerBelly the other day.
Oh God, he does get it. Okay.
Also, no, and no.
He even has your hat.
I love how proactive Frozen's become. He's so preventative
It's my favorite.
about it.
All right, guys.
John Crook.
I'm going to just naturally ease into it. We don't have to get into it right away. Let's just ease into it. Everything's fine. Okay?
Is it?
It's not.
I was about to drive my car off the pizza.
Yeah. So let's just ease into it.
Well, that's why you're here, because we don't want you to do that.
Yeah. So go ahead, Gil. Start.
I'll just be a
let me just start,
Okay.
and then I'll introduce you. It'll be fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll start when you guys ease into it.
That's what all right, go ahead.
There's a calm countdown. 5,
Calm count.
4,
3,
3, 2.
You motherfucker! All right, so go ahead.
Four hitmen.
Yeah.
Hey, we're all cool now.
We're about family values.
no,
We're
they're
about children. We love the children.
This is them putting it on, but it starts getting Frozen. I know you looked at it. I know I have the timestamp of when Frozen wants me to start too. So trust me. I'm just kind of setting up the world, setting up how this is starting. We're gonna get into it. Don't worry.
Number one faith-based podcast.
Yeah, we're the number one faith, and we believe in all faiths. Zoroastrianism, Judaism.
Okay, I am skipping ahead here to the next timestamp. Let's check this out. Right around here.
That's BROOKLINEN.com and enter promo code TIGER for $20 off your purchase today. Brooklinen, the curators of comfort.
See, Frozen. That's how you do a live read for your people.
Let me start with this.
Okay, go ahead.
I love both you guys.
He loves them both, dude.
I think the problem is you love one of them a little too much. That's kind of what started this, no?
And the other one, not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Both you guys, and you have always been nice to me. And that goes so far with me because when I came into comedy, I was a tough sell, man. Still am.
Yeah.
So the people that were nice to me, I never forget. I never, ever forget, ever.
And you know what? I believe you. I believe you. Which makes it a little bit difficult for me because of what, because we're just going to lay it out there, what happened a week and a half ago.
What happened?
And I just want to kind of slowly get into it, you know what I mean? And because I just want to talk about the truth and
Me too.
and getting to the root of whatever this problem is.
I mean,
okay,
the only reason I'm here is to get to that.
Is that, and Rogan was like, you guys fucking
Fix this.
figure this out. You guys all look like assholes. You want to be on my show again? I have an idea. Figure your shit out.
Okay.
And for us to move on.
Okay.
It's literally the only reason I'm here.
All right. So let's start with I'm in Oklahoma. I'm at dinner. And you text me that there's a journalist doing an article about me.
Mm-hmm. No, not just you. Keep going.
Yeah, there's a journalist that's doing an article about. Well, on the text, I just read it. You said it was about me. Maybe, I mean, you implied something else, but that's what I read.
Mm-hmm.
So if Brendan already caught lying, number one.
And then I texted you. What?
The exact words for a journalist contacted me. Not good for you.
Not good for you.
Shut up! Let him tell the story.
Yeah. All right. And which got me spinning a little bit, and I
For sure.
texted you what, and you said you can't do it through text. Then before we talked on the phone, I had a conversation with a cohort of mine. I don't want to throw his name in there, but
Why? Everyone else just throwing everybody else's name. Now we're not going to say a
Now
cohort.
we don't want to say names.
A cohort. Let me guess.
Now names are bad.
Yeah. Let's see what he said, and then we'll try to guess who it was.
and you had texted him the same thing.
A mulleted
Which you
cohort of
found
mine. That'd be so funny.
That's exactly.
A really supportive friend who's a nice guy with a mullet.
Isn't that exactly where your mind went first to him, to Theo?
Weird. So anyway, I called or you called. I forget how
By
that
the way, I'm a big fan of Theo Vaughn. The more I see Theo Vaughn, the more I like him.
Yeah, he
happened.
seems like a likable dude.
And all of a sudden, I was in a three-way call with you and somebody that you are associated with. I'm not gonna say his name. And
Brian Callen.
You can though. He
I don't want to.
Okay.
yeah, I don't want to.
Can I?
You can.
You
I
want-
mean, you can
You
if you
can.
want to.
yeah. It was Brian Callen.
Yeah.
So Brian Callen fell on this sword. Brian Callen is not invited over there. Brian Callen is not Bobby Lee's friend, but Bredan Schaub is. But Bredan Schaub is as complicit in this as everybody else. Am I even just listening to what Bobby Lee
This
said?
is greaseball mafia shit. It's
Yeah,
so
this
funny.
is kind of weird.
Just so you know, Brian did, before you go on, I don't want to interrupt you. Brian did say on Firing the Kid how he royally messed up with that engagement. Royally messed up.
Okay.
Carry on.
Bobby is fucking, and by the way, can I say rightfully so, fucking livid. That's an angry person.
So, but I found it to be extremely traumatic in the sense.
It's traumatic.
They're all from California, dude. Words are
All right,
traumatic.
all
People
right, all
yelling
right.
on the internet is traumatic.
It's just weird. Like, we were just hanging out with a bunch of New York comics, and they're fucking ruthless.
They're not nice people.
That if it was somebody that
And the
I
shit
didn't-
they talk about each other. And I don't mean like the old roasting at the table at the cellar. I'm talking the shit they talk behind each other.
It's hilarious. by the way.
That's brutal.
No, that'd be one thing. But Brian and I have had a very long relationship.
30 years, maybe?
Yeah, a long time. I've been to his house for Super Bowl parties. We were on the same show together, not at the same time, but he's a Mad TV alumni as well as I am. And him and I have been.
Yeah, but
really
you're one of the good ones.
Yeah.
You're one of the ones that has memorable characters.
Yeah.
kindred spirit.
Cabana Boy wasn't a favorite character of yours?
Yeah.
You know,
Comedy store
Was his
guys.
only-
comedy store guys, and so when you guys called, it was you and Brian, and you said that that you guys, my career was going to be over, that you guys have evidence, you know what I mean, that I'm some Reddit mastermind, that you have files and proof that you can trace, me from Reddit back to my house, the URL.
How though? See, that's the thing.
Because they hacked him in real time.
I want to understand, unless they know somebody that works at Reddit, right?
IP address.
The IP address, and that I have been for 5 or 6 years have been coyly and mischiefly contributing to threads that were
Not contributing.
What?
Didn't you say it was? Well,
I hate her.
Let him tell the story, please.
that we were responsible.
responsible, right? And that that you were gonna expose me to Rogan and all these people.
Oh boy. They use Rogan a lot, don't they?
By the way, can I say we were right? We were right. That's one of our predictions. We look at our older clips that we did. One of our predictions.
And that I should get a lawyer, and that this is what you told me, and also just mind you, it was at a level 10 of rage. It wasn't like a soft-spoken, like what I
Very
mean?
aggressive.
Yeah, it was extreme. You know what I mean? Threats, and then you called Kalila things I don't even want to mention.
I'll defend him on that.
I did not.
I know you didn't.
I would, and I haven't heard what you guys said. I don't talk like that. I would never call Kalila that. That's
Right.
not in my
Brendan,
verbiage.
you called me that on the phone call we had.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look, I hate this bitch, but she's at least got Bobby Lee by the balls so she can actually speak up and be like, yeah, you did, though. You did do that, though.
Oh God, that's all right.
I did not call you that.
Brent, you
I
want
did not.
No, but you
address
don't know what they said, so you can't.
the stuff that I got was pretty on par to just about
What-
the
what-
worst thing
what-
you could tell somebody.
Brian apologized. What Brian said on there, and even I told him that was a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
But what I
Man,
found
they really
to
just
be,
throwing old fucking Brian Callen under the bus, huh?
Oh yeah, they're backing it up on him and back over.
heartbreaking was going into a character assassination where you were saying, not you in particular, I don't even remember what, because I was I was so trembling almost.
You were trembling.
Were you trembling?
Were you scared? Come on, man.
Calling me a coward, weak, spineless.
Well, yeah.
And my only defense to that is that I just have my own way of dealing with the world. You know what I mean? Because I grew up in such a traumatic childhood. I try to be passive, and I try to not. I mean, I'm afraid of confrontation, as everyone knows.
I'll be honest with you. We could swap Frozen Asian in here in a heartbeat, and he could just host his show. It's the same thing.
Hey, Frozen, you want to go live in Los Angeles?
You want to be a TigerBelly? You want to be a TigerBelly guy?
TigerBelly
Get
guy.
that for Kalila?
I mean, everyone else has.
It's possible. You know. You take that back, Royce.
I'm just joking.
She looks like a woman of virtue.
I'm just joking.
In terms of my character, and I said to Brian days after that assault that I no longer
Wow, that wasn't assault. That assault would be like physical, right?
Yeah, beating you up.
Yeah.
want to be his friend.
And did you guys speak on the phone, or was
Yeah,
it
we
just
did.
Text?
Yeah.
And he
We spoke on the phone.
apologized. He said
Yeah, he did apologize, but yeah, I mean,
he doesn't expect you to be his friend.
yeah, it's not. It's done.
Yes.
But that being said, also I will never say anything bad about him. I think that he is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life.
He's funny.
I really do.
And can I give some context to that call?
Yeah, please.
And we definitely, I'll admit straight up, we definitely didn't handle that
He'll admit.
the way two adults should have handled that. The context behind that is I never talk about this stuff ever. Our podcast is usually fun. We don't talk about the negative stuff that I deal with. Brian was
What are you talking about? You guys talked about us. What do you mean? We've heard you.
aware of the negativity that I deal with. Everybody gets stuff on Reddit. Everybody in this room, I don't know if you guys do. You guys do for sure.
yeah.
I'm sure Kalila does.
We all do.
Being a woman in this space.
Huh? He's sticking up for women in this space, bro. What? What's wrong, Royce? Do you not stick up for women in the space?
He's such a fucking liar. He's this phony. This is why I don't like the LA comic stuff. I just don't like. It's this phony. I want to be on a pilot bullshit. You know what I mean? It's this. Women in this. He just repeats stuff that he hears. Bro, hey, Bredan Schaub, you're a CTE parrot. You walk the way other comics walk. You're not funny, and now you're trying to pivot from being a real fucking womanizer, which is that's what everybody said about you, not me, to now women in this space. What does that mean?
Oh, by the space, he means getting women into his truck.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So there's a difference.
The only space is fucking between Brendan's head. There's nothing in there, bro. What is wrong with you?
between hate and then straight evil, toxic, criminal behavior. And for 6 years, I've dealt with this. Now, if you want to criticize my comedy, the podcast, so be it. That's the internet.
Then why are you suing people? You're suing somebody right now for it, and you send Ben Pixel, which has happened to us and happened to other people, to come and copyright claim stuff so they don't insult you. And their last special, the one on Showtime, which is hilarious now when you think about this, you bribed your fans.
Remember the CBD thing?
That's what it was. It was
The
CBD,
CBD
right?
company.
To give them a
Free
rating
products
on IMDb. Come on, dude. Don't even pretend like that you don't care that you do that, because people do it all the time. And you go after them.
That's what we sign up for. But when it crosses over into harassment of my family, death threats, my kids, going for sponsors, companies that I work with, my business, that's where it gets dicey. So and it would have to get so dicey to the point where...
Look, and I do agree, there is some shit like, going after people's sponsors is fucking gay. You shouldn't do that shit. Threatening people's lives is fucking bad. You shouldn't do that shit. But what I don't understand is how you make the jump to when all that horrible stuff is happening. It's just like, you know who has that demeanor? That Bobby Lee guy. Bobby Lee's the guy that's behind this.
He's the mastermind behind this.
He's the guy. He's the evil genius. That's the thing I don't understand. Does he think Bobby Lee's like Butters and he's Professor Chaos at nighttime? Like, that's the only thing I can think of. Like,
Bobby Lee is the higher power.
Yes.
It was me, Brendan. It was me all along.
My team gets notified on this.
Remember that ending? It made no sense.
He kidnapped his own
You
daughter?
kidnapped your own daughter? Or, like, you scarred your daughter for life, and you were going to have the Undertaker, like, I don't know, rape her or something?
Yeah, it was weird.
Just to make a point?
Yeah.
Just to make a point against a business rival?
Good point.
Because I'm not on social media. And it's, or sure,
Well, not in any accounts people know.
as hell not on Reddit or any of these forums. And the reason I'm not on there, it's not because I think I'm better than social media. I don't need it. Of course I need it. I'm a comic. I'm not on it because it hurts my feelings. I can't handle it.
Sorry, it's very funny when you say things like that, right?
That stuff. I don't do well with it. It was so toxic. I
What,
got
comedy?
out.
You're entrusting a team to report back to you. And when you hear from that team, you're receiving it as gospel. This must be accurate information that I'm receiving from them.
These guys. Yes. So this is how we get here. Good question. Yeah. So this is
Well,
how
that
we
wasn't a question. She made a statement.
What an excellent question that you didn't
That was
ask.
a statement.
get here. So hate, hate, I understand. There's a lot to hate on. But again, when it crosses over into criminal and this other stuff,
Okay, but who's this team?
and they get notified, because a member of that group is abusing a 6-year-old child with autism, and then the Reddit moderator gets affected, and they start talking. So then they look into it. And that's how we get here. And they look into it, and they go, hey, let you know, one of the 6 accounts that has done most of the posting is associated with TigerBelly.
Most of posting?
Is it shush shaded?
Mo-
We go back the whole thing, right?
That whole thing was a
Yeah.
mess.
Yeah, we have to go back the whole thing. 'cause
Most
that
of
was-
posting.
Most of posting. Okay.
This is my favorite Brendan Schaub thing, is
Yeah.
the Brendan Schaubisms.
All right, let's see here. By the way, somebody commented, a Brendan Defender was like, you guys claim to be all about comedy, but you called him George Carlton. And all I wrote was like, new around here, huh?
Must be your first time.
Yeah.
That's how we get here. And they look into it, and they go, hey, let you know, one of the 6 accounts that has done most of the posting.
Most of posting. I told you, man. I love it. It's my favorite thing about Brendan.
Hey, if you're watching this, give me a most of posted in the comments. Thanks. I want to see most of posted.
Is associated with TigerBelly.
Social,
A
and then that's the
social.
one you caught.
A social.
Social, most of posting.
Most supposed to Shosha. You know what he sounds like? Remember in Joe Dirt, like the hillbilly guy from he likes to grown man naked. All right.
Now, with all the toxic hate, everything that I get,
Yeah.
this awful stuff, I expect that from people I don't know. When I found out it was somebody that I know,
Yeah.
I don't think Brendan understands that people are it's not that he's a bad comic, because let's face it, there's a lot of bad comics. Like people coming up that are first time comics are not going to be good. And you know what? The truth of the matter is, some of the time they become good, and some of the time they don't. I think the reason people make fun of Brendan is that he is a bad comic who leapfrogged a whole bunch of other comics because of who he knows. And we heard the stories of him like parking up front at the Comedy Store, right?
In his Raptor truck.
Right, where people who've been there who are actually, you know, making something themselves kind of pretty big or whatever, have to go park in the back. And he gets a Showtime special because of who he knows and because he used to be a UFC fighter, not because he's a comic. It's not that you're a bad comic, Brendan, because I know you watch these, but you say you don't, but you're lying. It's not that you're a bad comic, Brendan. You are a bad comic. There's a lot of bad comics. There's a lot of bad everything. People starting out aren't always good, you know, and you're already behind the 8 ball because of the brain being jello. But, you know, on the kind of
your brains being mush.
yeah, on the kind of scrambled eggs head. On the kind of that. But it's just, it's because you're so arrogant. It's because you think you deserve to be where you are. And of course, the only reason you're doing this is because they were trying to make somebody else happy. I mean, look, even in this little interview that we saw, what did we see? We see Bobby Lee saying things like, yeah, and you said you were going to bring this up to Rogan. So even you're saying that he is the Don, he is the boss, he is the guy that puts people where they are.
And that's where the aggressiveness came from.
But is it true?
That's why I'm here.
I think this is not helpful because this happened a week and a half ago when, in fact, this drama, if we're going to talk about context, started in January. And I think while I really appreciate you being here, I truly believe you're a guy who cares for his family. I do believe you feel you're on the back foot here. And, you know, you feel like your livelihood is under attack. I understand the hurt all around that.
Appreciate it.
But there is a lot more context to what you guys are talking about, which is
context,
that phone
it's
call
fun.
that happened a week and a half ago. And if it's okay with you, because I don't want there to be any confusion moving forward, I'd like to start from the very beginning and just get to the God honest truth. Because if we don't do this in a systematic way of when it started and how did we end up here?
The start with when I was notified of the Reddit group.
No.
Where do you want to start?
No.
To start with a Trash Tuesday podcast.
Okay.
Okay, what's Trash Tuesday
I
podcast?
think that's where she started
Trying to remember.
telling the story.
Oh, yeah, of her friend. Okay, yeah. You're right.
Because, I mean,
But here's where it gets conflicted is those are almost two separate things.
But they're not. That's the thing.
It's apples and oranges.
No apples and apples.
Apples and chocolate milk.
No, apples and blowjobs, maybe.
It certainly
Blowjobs
didn't
in the
feel
truck?
that way.
Yeah.
And I understand that, and I respect you, and we can talk about this so we get to the end of it. When it goes to the Reddit group, that's where that call came from, and then this stuff that we're talking about with Trash Tuesday, and if I had a time machine and I could go back,
You'd probably tell your younger self not to get punched in the head so much. That's what I do.
Get a time machine. Please, whatever you do, stop letting them punch you in the head. Either learn some defense or quit soon.
I would have called. The reason we're here is because I didn't handle this well. And I'll say this right now, and I'll get back to that Trash Tuesday stuff. Let's say, and I'm not saying this in any facet, I truly believe neither of you have anything to do with this Reddit group. Maybe someone on your team had, or
no.
hold on, I'm just telling you from my
Okay,
perspective.
okay.
Like to okay.
Yeah, and you can too.
Because
You
my
can
team
too.
is here, and
that's fine.
I have
This is everybody in the.
This is my family.
Yeah.
So if you're coming to me saying you're not responsible, but your team is, you're coming for my family. I've been with these guys for 8 years.
I'm with you, Clyde. I'm with you, and I would love for you guys to
So he's still trying to push this that it's the team thing, right?
But
he's
do
still
like-
trying to take some heat off.
I do like that she's going, no, don't even give me that shit. And he's immediately backing down. No, I'm not saying it. I mean, I am saying it is.
But I'm not saying
But
it
I'm
is.
not saying it.
Yeah.
plan, and that is why I'm here. And that is why I'm here.
Okay, but
And that's why I'm here. So,
wait.
go ahead.
Okay, so let's you have your own timeline in your head of how this went down, and I have my own timeline. And while I want to believe those two things are separate, the timing is very suspicious to me.
But it's I also can I just interject real quick?
On your show, Bobby, you should be allowed to interject whenever you want. It's your show.
All right. They're not separate to me because during the conversation, right, when you guys called me, you and Brian, right, the Trash Tuesday thing did come up in that.
Because why did it come? You and I talked about that stuff before all this, though, Bobby.
I don't want to get into the weeds. Can I just present a timeline? So I don't want there to be confusion.
She is feisty. She is feisty.
If we're really here to talk about the truth, I'd like the opportunity to just start from the beginning.
Please do.
And
whatever you guys want to do.
You were trying to block it. Now he's going, please do. But you saw how long he was trying to block, not that part?
Filibuster. What you're doing is, as you would call it, filibustering.
Filibustering. He's Rand Pauling.
Yeah.
If at any point you feel what I'm saying is truly unfair and unjustified, you can interject and say, Kalila, let me clarify on that. But I have written it down. This is something that has taken so much of my mental space and clarity, and I don't want to...
What are these? I am sick of these California words. I am really sick of my mental space and my... Shut up!
California words, we're all retarded here.
Extra vowels, the accent on top. What was that, Frozio?
I said, Royce, your shouting is really affecting my mental space.
Okay, shut up. I'm going to affect your mental face.
We're so dumb, Theo comes off as the smart one. Ooh, oh,
Brendan, you're too dumb for California, bud.
Live like this,
Me
Brendan.
neither. And I know you don't. And again, if I can go back and finish this thought, is when, if I had a time machine,
if I could turn back time, if I could find a brain,
go back, I would have called you directly.
Thank you for saying that.
Because you and I don't know each other well at all.
Well,
Facet. And when I came...
Hold on, guys. Feel bad for the guy yelling at you wearing a brand new fitted cap and a Rolex.
To you. And I'll tell you this right now, anybody out there, if you're going to go at Kalila, you better be ready to go. You are not to be underestimated. You're very fucking smart. And... Dude, and I told you this when we
buttering her up because what's about to come out's not good, huh?
Talked.
Yeah.
I said you should be a lawyer. Yeah, as good as you are on podcast, you should be a goddamn lawyer. That
Brendan, but you're impressed by jingling keys. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm just setting the bar here.
Yeah, Brendan, you're so dumb. Like, all right, my cat will play with a laser pointer for about 3 minutes.
And then get bored.
And then I can't touch whatever this is.
So forget it.
You would last longer with my laser pointer than my cat would.
Yeah.
Said, if I could redo it, I would have called you direct, and this would have been solved so easily. Also, with the other information I had, I don't want to get in the weeds. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus.
Notice he's a parody. She said in the weeds, so you know what he does? He copies what she says.
Of course. But he does that with everything.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
just, yeah.
With other information I had from a person we all know in here.
So it's not going to be Theo. The information from the person, because Theo and Bobby are cool. Who's another person they all know? And it's not Rogan. We know it's not Rogan, so we have to think of the crew. Who in the crew?
Whitney Cummings.
Whitney Cummings. That's actually not bad. It might
I'm
be
going
Whitney Cummings.
Joey Diaz.
No, Joey Diaz doesn't get involved in any of this shit. Joey Diaz ain't got to get involved in this
What are you
shit.
talking about? He was literally trying to extort 20 grand from Mike David, or he was going to crack him on the head with a baseball bat.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Forgot about that. You're right.
And by the way, and Jules for some reason.
Yeah.
Also the wife. Oh, crack her with a fucking baseball bat right in the mouth. And you're like, I mean, we're
That's
assaulting
kinda weird.
spouses now.
Yeah.
We're just hitting spouses with baseball bats.
I don't know him that well, and I don't know you that well.
You don't know
and
anybody that will.
That'll book you after this.
That information coming at me at the same time that the Trash Tuesday and all this stuff coming. It was like this perfect whirlwind.
Right.
But if
Not whirlwind. Hey, whirlwind.
Whirlwind.
Not a whirlwind.
Whirlwind.
A whirlwind.
I would have talked to you before and you gave me the context, I went, that makes so much sense. This
Right.
does.
Why didn't you, and I have an idea here, and hear me out here, just tell me out here real quick. why didn't you talk to them before sending Pitbull Brian Callen to rip their throat out? Out of curiosity.
This
We'll get to that
doesn't help.
part where
She is not. He is trying to. Whatever she's trying to say.
She's having none of it.
Yeah. I give her
She's
credit.
having
I
none
will
of
give
his
her credit.
filibustering.
I will give her
But
credit.
you're right. She wants to say something that's making him like just filibuster.
that information is then weaponized against me to people like Rogan and Whitney and Schultz.
What name? Whitney? Frozen. You might be right.
Frozen, you did a bang up job on that one.
Yeah.
And people that are very influential in the podcast space. And the
Is Whitney Cummings influential in the
Can
podcast
we
space?
stop calling things spaces?
Yeah. But first off, yes. Thank you. And secondly,
That's when I think of space, right? Like, oh, this space. I'm thinking like when you're at a hotel and you go and there's like that little workroom and it's really nice. You're like, oh, what a nice space.
yeah.
It's a nice little space. Stop calling every social circle a space.
Right. One of those pods that they
Tired
give
of
you
this
like in a
fucking
hotel. Yeah.
New language everybody uses. It's raging.
which wasn't fair to you,
the
Colette.
character assassination that took place.
Assassination. So she's
that
just
I
as dumb.
think-
No. No. You know what?
He's rubbing off on her.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
He's what?
He's rubbing off on her.
Okay.
I meant like
Okay. That's what started all this. That's what started this whole
he's trying
fiasco.
to rub off on her in the truck.
Yeah.
think you underestimated how much information was actually
I give her. You know why I give her a break? Because Spanish is her first language. Brendan's first language is English.
going to get back to me from these people. But again, I really just want to take just 10 minutes
Go ahead.
Well, it's been 20.
to offer a timeline. And if this doesn't work, it doesn't work. I just really just want to have a moment of fucking clarity in all of this. I also want to add that in therapy, in every session, I hear
Better
a
help.
part of you is not the total of you. And I do believe you're a great father who loves his family.
Oh my God! With therapy, you guys are comics. What is this? What is this new fucking
It's a
breed of
psychological
LA?
and emotional circle jerk.
Dude, fucking stop.
This is really sad.
And you have regular human feelings that get triggered. You have fears. You have all of these things. So I
Triggered?
do offer empathy in that way. So in, I wish I was funnier and I could like offer levity, but I just don't. I feel like shit about it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So here's what I have, and you know, hearsay and rumors are super damaging, and I just want to put that all to rest.
Please do.
Even this, Brendan, I would have loved to do privately.
Me,
Okay,
I wouldn't. I get the numbers out of it.
right?
Might as well,
When
right?
when
It's
should
already
It's
out
already
there.
out there.
It's
Might
already
as well
out
make
there.
the buckaroonies.
Yeah.
podcast.
that hurt my feelings.
Yeah, it hurt mine as well.
But we'll get there.
We'll get there. So when I showed up to HE3 podcast, this wasn't even in our world. It wasn't in our view, our mind. You know what I mean?
And I don't know him, and I have no ill will towards
Right,
him.
right.
I don't know him, but from my understanding, from talking to mutual friends of ours, that's what he does, right?
Yeah, but
He
you know, we
does-
had
he
done the
deals with that
podcast.
drama
Yeah, but we
stuff?
had done that podcast many times before. He's done ours, him and his wife, Hila,
I
and
love
By the way, can I say thank you so much to Taper for when he made the last clip when we played the H3 when he blurred out Hilda's face?
For no reason.
For no
Just-
reason. He
just
blurted out to
blurted
help.
out
To
to
help.
help.
And we were being thanked in the clip section for it.
That is
Hilarious, right?
fucking hilarious. Nobody asked him to do that. He
Nobody
just-
asked him. He did it on his own.
That's
It was so
very-
funny.
that's really
and after I
funny.
uploaded, I read it. He goes, "Oh, by the way, I blurred her face." And I looked at him like, "Fuck, that's really funny."
Really funny.
Yeah.
lovely.
they're lovely. And
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, as
again, I
people,
have
they're
no-
lovely.
I don't know them.
You know, and you know, it wasn't in our, you know, and even on the drive back from there, we were in a state of shock.
Okay, I'm gonna get to the explanation.
Song.
Let's
Timeline.
New segment never happening again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully that's not a new segment every week.
They just
The
said
title of this file on my computer is the Schaub Spectacle Extravaganza.
Shop spectacle extravaganza.
Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go after.
She had
Here we go.
Oh, but so hold on, Clyde, real quick. But then also, so apologize for that. We've talked about it before. Trust me, I've been to therapy over this stuff. That's also another reason I'm on social media. So
Back up. We missed something.
Slash what, Gilb?
Belly today. If approved, you'll get $10 off your
Wow,
first
they slipped
order.
that live read right when the drama got good.
GetRoman.com.
Hey man, I don't. That's stuff I don't hate on. That's smart. I would do that too.
yeah.
Okay, so on January 25th, a Trash Tuesday episode is released where Annie and I talk about a nameless comic who hit on us. And for me, that story that I told took place 7 years ago, long time ago.
You're referring to DMs.
Right.
Which I own and was completely stupid
Thank
and
you.
never should have
Thank you.
done.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so he admitted it.
Yeah, I'll defend myself. Like I own that, and
Thank you.
and that was not right, and I've definitely changed.
And you
it.
apologize.
And I apologize
Right.
way before then.
Yeah.
But then also, so hold on, Clyde, real quick. But then also, so apologize for that. We've talked about it before. Trust me, I've been to therapy over this stuff. That's also another reason I'm on social media. So I don't engage
That's the main reason he's not on social media.
in any of that stuff. So I've learned from that. As far as the Annie stuff goes, that's where I do have to defend myself.
Okay.
I have to, you guys didn't say my name, right? But you
We
alluded to
didn't.
me.
The illusion, was that a word?
Well, because you guys had said it was a really unfunny comedian, so I mean, we all knew
Yeah, we knew it was you.
right away that it was me, and that's I think what.
I have a guilty conscience.
Yeah,
Alluding?
We all know-
Illusion is a word, but not for this.
Yeah.
That's more Shin Lib.
Yeah, Shin Lib's not here.
Yeah.
She had, the line was, what am I going to do? Suck your unfunny dick. And
I mean,
That's a
funny.
good line.
unfunny penis.
That's a good line.
then I
Yeah.
came back
As
with,
far as me, but she again, I didn't see it. But as far as she's saying, I asked her to walk in my car, or give her a ride.
no, I think that I cannot speak for her.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I can
there.
only
That's
tell
all I'm
you.
saying. I'm saying,
I can only tell you what was said on that particular podcast.
and again, if that's how she feels, she's valid to feel like that. And I'm
valid
telling you,
to feel like
never
that?
happened.
Okay.
That's a situation you would have to talk to her about. But I'm going to get back to the podcast itself.
Yeah.
What was said was that there was a guy. He was unfunny. I came back with, oh, that's a big clue. And that's something about a peach emoji. And then...
But my thing with
By the way, this is what I was talking. We talk about this off air when in New York. We're talking about this with some people, and it's like, this is the thing that like. This shouldn't be a sacrilegious thing to make fun of another comic. Like comics do this. Look, man, I understand why. Like I'm not an idiot. Like I go, you have to work with these people. You're touring places. You're going to be with them, podcasting. I get it, but there's this like, oh yeah, you don't make fun of other comics, or you. Not that don't make fun of them, but you don't say they're not funny. You don't criticize their material. They're awesome, and it's like. This seems like this was like, oh, you don't do that, and it's like, but why not?
Yeah,
right?
why not? People do it all the time.
Clyde, do you think that's nice?
Oh, no.
It's not nice. It's not nice. Is it true?
So that's what the goal now is to be nice.
Comedians, LA comedians fucking suck.
Hey man, that wasn't very nice of you. That roast joke wasn't very nice.
I'm just thinking of Patrice O'Neal being alive now. Like, that's the only thing I can imagine.
But I didn't say your name. But
But, come on. You said the initials were BS, and then you joked and said it was Bob Saget. You did. This is the girl thing that she's doing.
It's like when we passively aggressively do
Yeah.
the B shop. Now that's too obvious. Brendan S.
Yes, exactly.
You
That's
know what you
exactly
did.
what that is.
But it's hang on one second, Brendan. Let me ask you this. If we're having this discussion about something that happened in the past and we're having a giggly little girl talk, where is the crime in that?
There's no crime. You can do whatever you want.
Right.
I have no issue with that. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, no issue with it.
All right.
Except that it
I'm
wasn't
just
nice.
saying.
You have a big issue because you just asked, is it nice?
Is that nice? That's all.
I
I'm saying.
have gone to you and said, if I could go back, if I had known that a
How bad you were at comedy.
tiny little giggly girl talk was going to spiral into this, I
Now he's going to say that this isn't the reason why when this is the reason why.
would have wired my mouth shut. But in my heart of hearts, while you may think it's not nice, and now I admit, not the nicest thing to say, it was just an anecdote.
No, stop.
I hate all of these people.
Stop all of this.
I hate all of these
Stop
people.
all of this.
Is there anyone
it's
in
not
here you don't
being
hate?
nice, and you can't be nice, and you're being nice, and it's a bit. Rich Voss went on O&A every day, and they made fun of how fucking stupid he was for his entire almost entire professional career.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was best friends with all these people. Shut the fuck up. I have heard comics say some horrendous things to each other. Patrice O'Neal threw a fucking phone book at Kevin Hart and said, "Here, you need that. Maybe you could find someone there. Anybody in there will be funnier than what you're doing right now." That was something he said to Kevin Hart, who turned out to be one of the biggest comics alive right now. But that's how it is, man. That's how it fucking is. And this, like, I should have been nice is the reason we're going to get more Bredan Schaubs, because everyone's fucking afraid to say you're unfunny. You're unfunny, Brendan. You're not a funny fucking person.
I think comedy's subjective.
No, he is objectively not funny.
Sure. So that was.
I didn't think
January.
much
Did you
of
see his
it.
bit about Mexican food though?
Yeah, which one? His entire special? Yeah, I saw
You
it.
didn't like the. So I like the part where he was like, "Pico de gallo."
Fucking ripping off Keenan. Keenan should have a Showtime special. Will you not agree that Keenan should have a Showtime special way before Brendan ever had one? Right? So I skipped over to this part because this is another timeline that the Ladpole said was good.
Get into
Okay.
that. I don't want to bring up. That's
Wait.
not fair to you guys or anybody.
We can get into that.
Wait, what is that other thing?
Yeah, we can get into that.
The other.
Wait, hold on. Let me
go ahead.
actually
Yeah.
probably let's assume that it's the same old narrative of me being a gold digger and stealing money from Bobby.
I
Is it within those
We
lines?
talked about it. Yeah, you and
So-
I had spoke about this, and you told me. the
Oh
truth.
yes. I mean, let's
Yes.
be real. That is an old tired story. Bobby, call your accountants.
Okay, here's the truth.
I'm not a controlling gold digger. Bobby, go ahead and talk.
Matter, okay.
I don't really need. To
I don't-
I don't need to know this. guys.
I know.
care.
Okay.
The only reason I'm here was to bring up the red thing and show you guys
Right.
information.
No. You don't get to go on somebody else's show. That's just that arrogance that he has. You don't get to go on somebody else's show after what you fucking did to this guy, which was undeserved. And then go, no, but I only came here to talk about Reddit.
Just carry on and move if we're
Just
doing-
keep going.
Okay. I'm almost done, I promise. We're already in March. Okay.
Oh, wait, April. All right.
The producer laughed. That's pretty funny.
Okay.
Hopefully a few more.
Okay, so we ended with I don't want to have to get nasty with her, but if I have to, I'll play that game. You were alluding to stuff you heard from somebody about me being a gold digging whore and the other stuff, the cheating, right? Allegedly.
Which was Whitney Cummings.
Whitney Cummings.
Bobby calls you and says, "Hey, dude, I saw, that's when you guys discussed. I saw those text messages years ago. This is all when I was, and you did hit on her. She will not be saying your name anymore, but you need to let this go, right? You guys agreed to that.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. In the next coming week,
Childish high school drama. These are comics. I don't understand this. Look, let me explain something to you here. Ain't no one white knighting for her either. All comics fuck each other while on the road. That's fucking part of life, right? I mean, if you're going to be a comic, that's being a fucking rock star, right? You're traveling around, you're big enough when you're traveling. Shit like that's going to happen. Let's not
Royce,
pretend it doesn't.
It's just like being a rock star.
No, I'm not saying in the...
It's just like being a rock
it's
star.
like being a rock star.
weeks, however, I'm starting to see screenshots on Instagram of DMs of your cute little friend Mark confirming that you wanted to expose me. Is that correct?
No. You read that wrong. He wanted to expose himself to you. It was-
Or vice versa.
Or vice
really.
versa,
I mean,
honestly.
Any either or.
He said open Bob's and Vagine, I believe was the DM.
I didn't see them.
I know,
you
but
would know.
I
Oh,
talked to you about Mark,
told
and
me that. Yeah,
you
and
confirmed it with him.
Well, no, I went to Mark and said, dude, you're making things way worse for me.
Okay.
Because he's trying to defend me. I went, you're not defending me. You're making it.
Okay, I got to get to this next timestamp, which is here.
For 2.5. How is this possible? Then I said, let me get this straight. You're telling me that while investigating a child abuse case, the feds were like, yeah, let's put this beaten baby case to rest and pursue Schaub's online harassment instead. I
Pretty
mocked
funny.
you. The argument was super heated. I said, Brendan, you can audit my asshole, my pet's asshole, my mom's asshole, and you'll find nothing. Plus, why are you doing all of this? Over a story I told on my show, I never said your name. You said, that can't be true. I said, roll the tapes. Listen, go
But you did, though. Stop. See, again, I'm not on your side there.
back. Open your ears and hear it for yourself. That was April 24th.
Now, I'm going to go to here. See, that's what they were talking about. And then this.
Okay, so let's
Can
go.
I go?
He's
Yeah,
going to
please.
respond
Can
now.
I go?
Where's
Here's
your
the
timeline?
Where's your piece of paper, dude?
Timeline.
With Bredan Schaub.
One time only. Hopefully. All this stems back to all that stuff. It's all a place of fear. It's all a place of fear because when we talk about Reddit and that stuff and the harassment, promise you mine's different. I know I look tough and all that. That stuff hurts my feelings. That's why I'm not on social media. It's not because I think I'm better than anybody.
It was
anything
because of the hitting on thing. You said it earlier. That was another reason you said.
like that. That stuff is horrendous. Horrendous.
I believe you.
Horrendous. So when that team looks into it and I
Team.
get notified
It's team.
that it's TigerBelly, I'm so upset. Now, you guys saying you have nothing to do with it, right? So, but at the time, I was so upset because you've always been nice to me. Oh,
By the way, I'm going to say this. I don't think Bobby has anything to do with it. I don't think she has anything to do with the Reddit thing. I don't think anybody on their team has anything to do with the Reddit thing. I really don't. I don't know what they could have how they could have gotten that information. I'm really trying to wonder.
Again, like you said, unless they have somebody at Reddit, and even
Yeah.
then, like that would be. I mean, that's possible that they could have somebody at Reddit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're famous enough, but that would be. I doubt there's a lot of people that work at Reddit that are big Bredan Schaub fighter. and the
There's a
Kid
lot of
fans.
people that live on this planet that are big Bredan
Fair.
Schaub fans.
you've always been nice to me. We don't know each other, but you've always been nice to me. So I was so upset because if it's someone random, that's whatever's that's what they're gonna do. But if somebody that I know, I was so upset.
That I thought, I'm not even going to talk to him about it or ask him about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to panic.
I expect it from somebody I don't know, but somebody that I assume I know. That's where this stems
Last couple minutes here.
from. The anger, I cannot emphasize how upset I was and hurt and deeply hurt because, again, I don't think you guys have anything to do with it.
But where?
But
is
hold on,
this
but hold on,
proof?
Clyde. I have the proof. Here's the thing.
Where's your
And-
briefcase?
I don't need.
Where's your proof? I got to give her credit. Yeah, where's your briefcase with the proof?
She's actually funnier than him, which sucks.
I know, but she is, though. I'm going to
She's
give
not
her
that
credit.
funny,
But
she's
funny.
funnier than Bredan Schaub.
Yeah, I don't need a briefcase. I wish I could laugh at that.
Yeah.
I don't have a briefcase. I have it all on my phone. The reason I can't send it to you because the ongoing investigation.
It's an ongoing investigation. Mean Reddit posts. Unfortunately,
But hold on. He says it to the team.
you can't
Is
go
it-
on Reddit. It's all taped off right now. It's a crime scene.
Is it being investigated by the police or by your little internal team?
Yeah, because that's then you can talk about it.
Yeah. Either you can or you can't.
I can't.
On investigation for the child abuse thing?
There's 6 counts on there that you're talking about pedophiles. You're talking about horrible shit.
Okay.
It's bigger than me, but that's gonna be dealt with. My thing for you,
Doing the Tiger, but see, giving up who's going after him or showing has nothing to do with the other stuff. You're colluding them both, so you don't have to show anything.
do whatever you want with this. Whatever you want. I'm good, man.
Okay.
It's horrible, and I want to squash between us. Do what? And let me get this out, Bob. I know you want to talk.
On your show.
I'll show you the stuff that I have. You guys figure out what you want to do with it. This is
Wait. But you just said you couldn't because it was an ongoing investigation, but now you're saying you can? I'm sorry. Who are you working with? The Green Acres Police Department? Oh, is Officer Barbrady there?
Is there a path
the last
forward or
part.
no? Aside from that, like,
To be
in terms of
right
what we do,
Look, at the,
here.
is our email.
Here you go.
Well, let's just see what he says.
well, he had sent me a screenshot of it. Yeah,
yeah, you're
All right,
right.
well,
I'll just
wait.
show you all of it after.
Oh, yeah.
Headley.
Okay.
So, and then you
He's done stop for you know what I'm saying, but
you deny then that you felt under attack by the girls and that you had to double down and create this Reddit drama. Like you deny that.
I swear on my kids.
Okay, so
I swear on my kids that's not
you're
violent.
insisting that's two separate things and not
Correct.
tied, not associated to one
in
another.
any facet.
That it was
They are connected. That's bullshit. The only reason you jumped to Bobby Lee into the TigerBelly crew was because they had just talked shit about you. That's 100% connected. 100%. I'm sure this isn't the end of this, but this is the end of the current. I don't think any new stuff has come up yet, but we will keep an eye on it for you guys. We promise. We promise we will be on 100% Brendan Watch. We watch Brendan, so you don't have to.
This whole thing is so unbelievably gay.